Hri Om. Pranam everyone. Krishna. Namaste. Welcome back once again. Is the voice okay? So let's start the class.
अभी ऊपर है बट क्या कर सकते हैं। ये अपन छोटे दिख रहे हैं ना, तो नीचे हाँ वही करेंगे।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Taking a moment, collectively praying for all those who have lost their life in the recent air crash. May everyone find peace and Sadgati. Om Harihi Om. So, I believe everyone or many want a revision of the topic covered so far, verses covered so far. So we'll quickly run over it. The last class I remember was also a very quick overview. For those who have not, they can always go back and watch the recording. But today we are again doing it because there has been an inadvertent break. We hope that we will have no more breaks, all under Ishvara's Anugrah as it flows. So, Atmabodh is a text ascribed to Adi Shankaracharya. He is an Acharya in the parampara of Advaita Vedanta who has held the knowledge before it could become unmanifest, unavailable, unpopular, etc. Before that kind of a stage would have come into society, we are talking at that when he was born, which is unknown to mankind. But tradition believes that he was in BC. The modern scholars don't accept it. They want to say it's 7th century AD. But there is this vivad going on, trying to establish by our mathas the authenticity of their claim that he was much before the Christ era started. So in his time, he noticed and registered that this Advaita Parampara, which is entirely Shravanam based, and it requires a lot of qualification, inner qualification of both the teacher and the student. A teacher to hold that perception, to grasp it, digest it, and then have the capacity to communicate it clearly enough for the student who hears it to also let that shabda become a praman, a valid means of knowledge. I often give this example. It's my most go-to example. If I say a word cup, then how long does it take you to understand the meaning? Even before someone gives it to you, the word cup has already been associated in the mind with the form of a cup and the utility of a cup. So the knowledge is instantly transferred. If you ask someone at home, get me a cup of tea, they will get you a cup of tea. Cup has conveyed the meaning, of has conveyed a meaning, tea has conveyed a meaning. All the words that construe themselves as a logical, meaningful sentence, they have conveyed to the listener, and the objective is complete. That is the purpose of a Shabda Praman, when it becomes a Praman. Supposing you say, get me kulupu. Get me kulupu. What is kulupu? Never heard of it before. I do not know what this word means. Repeat again, you will say. Maybe I have not heard it clearly. फिर से कहना, I'll say kulupu. Get me kulupu. Is there a vyavhar possible from the listener's end? Can you do anything about this shabda that you have heard? Is there any pravritti that happens within except, what did she say? What does this word mean? I've never heard of it. All the thoughts that would play in the listener's mind will only directly pertain to a state of not knowing is all I know. I know that I don't know this kulupu word. So if you ask me to get kulupu, I'll ask, you'll say, where is it? So that I get a better idea. I say, it's in that room. You go there, go look, search. What looks like a kulupu? To understand kulupu, what will you start doing? You will start negating all that you know, which is not kulupu. So there's a flower vase, there is something else, there's cushions, there is everything that you know, you will start saying, this can't be kulupu, this can't be kulupu, this can't be kulupu. The entire room you will scan through with the knowledge that you have vis-a-vis a knowledge you just heard, a word which you don't have knowledge about. A knowledge that you have versus something you've heard which you have no knowledge about. ये अंदर एक व्यवहार शुरू हो जाएगा. This is called the shabda not conveying to the listener at all. There is nothing you can do about it. It's a useless word for you. If anything, it has only confused you further. Now, supposing I am one of those who refuses to explain. मालूम है तो मालूम है, नहीं मालूम है तो छोड़ दो, किसी और को बोलो जिसको मालूम है, उसको बोलो लेके आएंगे, कुलुपु लेके आओ. I am not going to explain कुलुपु क्या होता है. जाइए किसी को बोल के आइए कि कुलुपु लेके आए. Now you will keep looking, कुलुपु किसको पता है, कुलुपु किसको पता है. ना कुलुपु जिसको भी पता है वो लेके आए. कुलुपु मैडम को अंदर चाहिए, उनको कुलुपु चाहिए. Now the entire process is filled with uncertainty, ignorance, doubt, fear, confusion, dilemma. सब वो विकार मन में चल रहे हैं जो उन सब से अलग है जो हमको चाहिए. I want instant peace, I want instant joy, I want instant happiness, I want fulfillment. अगर कुलुपु शब्द मुझे समझ में आता और मैं आपको दे देती तो मुझे कितना आनंद आता कि I was able to serve someone. मुझे आनंद आता. मगर मुझे तो ये शब्द से कुछ हुआ ही नहीं. Nothing happened except left me more confused. Shankaracharya is one of those acharyas whose words communicated, and they communicate till today. That which was transferred only orally up to his time almost, जो सिर्फ गुरु और उसके तपस से जो होल्ड होता था, एंड जो शिष्य अपनी तपस और जिज्ञासा से खींच लेता था, आप उससे एक्सट्रैक्ट कर लेते थे ज्ञान को. जो अब तक उस नियम में बंधा था, दोनों की तपस के नियम में बंधा था, that Shankaracharya noted that this may not hold in the coming times. So he put them down as bhashyams. Bhashyams, we all know, are, people say it's commentaries. It's not just a commentary. It is a style in which he preserved the entire thought process of communication of Shabd. उसको पढ़ के क्या मिलता है? उसको पढ़ के ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा जिसको है, उसको ब्रह्म ज्ञान मिलता है. Just as कुलुपु क्या हुआ हमारे लिए? It was a word. A jignasa started. What is कुलुपु? I started looking for somebody in the world. किसी ने सुना, किसी को पता कुलुपु कौन है. Finally, ढूंढ के, maybe भ्रमण करके, you have to come back to the source if it's still available. आप ही बता दीजिए कुलुपु, आप ही ने पहले यूज किया था, आप ही बताइए कुलुपु क्या होता है. Now that communication of the deliverance of a word which will directly communicate to the listener the purpose which was unheard before, that purpose gets fulfilled and gets known later with a little explanation. And in Bhashyam, he takes over Purva Pakshas and means all refuting thoughts. So if someone says Kulupu probably is is a rug. A Kulupu is a rug, is a form of a rug. और वो अपना explanation देते हैं, पूरा अपना लॉजिक देते हैं. कुलुपु, अगर इन 3 शब्दों को इकट्ठा बनाएंगे तो इन 3 शब्दों का इसका ओरिजिन आपको कश्मीर में मिलेगा. एंड कश्मीर इज अ industry known for carpets, therefore probably this word is carpet oriented, it must mean a rug. कोई नीचे से है, साउथ से है, तो वो कहेगा नो 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 नो, लू में छोटा है, पूल बड़ा है, तो वो शायद it is probably one of the weaves of a sari, therefore it must be something to do with this. All schools of thought will emerge. I hope we are getting the metaphors. You know, all schools of thoughts will emerge around what? Kulupu. That's it. Now, what Shankara does is, whatever these thoughts were prevalent, पूर्व पक्ष, एक ignorant mind जो सोच सकता है, ब्रह्मन ये हो सकता है, ब्रह्मन वो हो सकता है, ब्रह्मन ऐसा हो सकता है, ब्रह्मन वैसा हो सकता है, जो कुछ भी एक इग्नोरेंस में इंसान या एक परंपरा बन सकती है, थॉट की, विचार की, in the genuine quest of trying to understand what is the truth, what is Brahman, if that's what Upanishads have used in the Vedas, then that mimamsa of the word Brahman, there will be many schools that have emerged, and Shankaracharya brings every relevant point and refutes it to establish what Brahman truly is. And this process starts of learning through the bhashyams, starts to give clarity to the student. क्योंकि अब उसको पता है कुलुप सारी रे उस जाति से हटा दो, इसको रग्स की उससे हटा दो, इधर जाओगे तो उसको चाय की वैरायटी से हटा दो, इधर जाओगे तो उसको खाखरा की वैरायटी से हटा दो, whatever you want to call it as, इन सब से हटा दो, जो रह जाएगा, ये भी नहीं है, ये भी नहीं है, ये भी नहीं है, ये भी नहीं है. Now you are starting to find out कहाँ पे हमारी नजर अटकनी चाहिए, जिसको हम कहेंगे कुलपुवट. In the same exact manner, Shankaracharya started this or wrote this bhashyam covering all the Purva Pakshas and giving the Siddhantic point of view. But this is an elaborate process. We all know that. And Shankaracharya ji also knew कि ये as time proceeds, Kali Yuga increases, people's attention span keeps reducing, and people won't have so much leisure and time. Even if they are sincere, there will be other things that occupy. He wrote down a lot of stotras, etc. Stutis, stotras, small texts, panchakams. A lot of them are attributed to him, even if it is not he who has written it, because he established a Shankaracharya Peetham. Anybody sitting on that peeth is called a Shankaracharya. Even today we know that. So one of those from the Peetham may have written it. But the content is what Shankaracharya and the Advaita Parampara was proclaiming to a student, and therefore this text in particular called Atma Bodh, Atma ka Gyan Dena, this Shankaracharya says is written in a way that by the end of these 68 verses, you get a fair idea of what is Advaita Vedant communicating to a person. So Shlok 1, I think we all know. I'll just go straight to the text very quickly. It covers the Anubandha Chatushtayam, Tapobhihi. In fact, it would be very good. Does someone want to take the summary of this on their own? Do you want to try? I don't know how many of you are. Before I do it, in case someone else wants to cover it up.
I can do it, Deepti.
Who's that?
Ritu Garg.
Please start. Let's see.
तपोभिः क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्ष्योऽयम् आत्मबोधोऽभिधीयते बोधो न साक्षिणेभ्यो हि साक्षन्मोक्षैकसाधनम् पाकस्य वह्निवज्ञानं विना मोक्षो न सिद्ध्यति.
We want the explanation of the first verse. A quick one.
I have to give it?
My question was that only, actually.
Oh,
Not the
I thought chanting.
No, not the chanting. So I'll just,
Okay. No, I will not do that because I did not study in comp.
sure. So
Sorry.
you can, yeah, no problem. So tapobhihi is referring to all those in plural who do tapas. Who do?
Diptiji, I have written the summary of the verses if you want me to read it out.
Mm. Yeah, okay, you can.
This is verse 1.
Mm.
This text is for those who are purified after having done all the austerities and are relatively peaceful, not perturbed by pairs of opposites and cravings, but desire liberation, since liberation is possible only through self-knowledge. Therefore, Atma Bodh. This is the direct and only means for liberation. Rest all austerities are for purification of mind. Worship, kindness, self-control result in purity of heart, which remains unperturbed by attachment and aversions. But this is not liberation. Liberation is liberation or moksha is to free oneself from all bondages pertaining to body, mind, and ego, which are created by ignorance about the real self.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, covers. I'll quickly cover it also. So tapobhihi means those who are engaged in tapas. It's a plural form. Means those who undergo austerities in some form or the other. What are the kinds of austerities? We all know this, and this is the final time it should be covered in this particular text. And whoever makes a summary, try and introduce as much as of the Shastric knowledge as possible in terms of its terminologies. So you have Kaika Vachika and Manasa Karmas. These are the direct means for what? For Sheena Papana. What is Sheena word meaning? Means something which is first of all उसको ढीला करते हैं. ढीला करते हैं means thinning them away. What is the effect of pap? What is called pap? Pap is always the opposite of punya. Punya and pap are always together. What is punya? Punya is something which generates happiness, comfort, peace. In whichever way we understand, it brings us closer as if, that word is as if. It brings us closer to what we want. It gives us ease. उसको हम पुण्य कहते हैं. Punya is a adrishta phalam. It is manifesting itself only in some future period of time. अच्छे कर्मों का फल अच्छा होता है. This is a लौकिक न्याय. अच्छे कर्म का फल बुरा होता ही नहीं है. What will be the opposite of it? बुरे कर्म का फल अच्छा होता ही नहीं है. बुरे कर्म का फल बुरा होता है. So what is that bura meaning? That bura word means a phala which brings klesh, brings agitation, brings disturbance, brings obstructions. It creates all kinds of difficulties in life. From the Jiva's drishti, it is not necessary that pap is only negative. A lot of people, mumukshus, in fact, from that what is called papam can evolve themselves better, because that papam is something that becomes a springboard for them to do what is right. They take it as a challenge. Therefore, it doesn't bind. It's not punya and pap are categories which are black and white. आप पुण्य को भी पाप बना सकते हो. For example, those who are born very, very rich and elite families. Most of their children, except for exceptions sometimes, a lot of their children lose that wealth over a second or the third generation. What is this? Born in a realm of punyam, but that punyam did not become punyam for them. It became disadvantages for them. In the similar way, a lot of people who are actually in a very difficult situation of life, but they rise to become very useful people in life. Means they have converted that papam into positive things, which is good for them. So what is pap? Pap means something that is becoming an obstacle for our own Atma Vidya. Sheena hota hai. There is only one way, and that's a principle. That's a siddhant. There is only one way to reduce the effect of adrishta papam. It's cancelling it with adrishta punyam. And how is that adrishta punyam generated? Tapobhihi, through tapas, which means all the religious activities that are taken over. Yeah? This, once one undergoes, there is a antakarana shanti. There's an antakarana change, a change in antakarana. A lot of people ask this question, how do you define this change? How do you understand there will be a change? ये तो अदृष्ट है, दिखता तो नहीं है. My simple question is, when you were a child, balak avastha, bal avastha, what were your thoughts? All play. When you grow up, if at that point, if an adult told you, don't cry for this car will not mean anything to you after 3 years. Would you even agree? You won't agree. You won't think that my mind will change so much. That this car, which is a toy today for me, and ye toot rahi hai, so I am feeling so bad about it, I'm crying about it. And if an adult told you, don't worry, you won't feel anything after 2 years, 3 years. Just wait, this car you will forget also. Would you acknowledge that at that stage? No. You can't even think that my mind will change so much. ये जो बदलता मन है, ये विकार है, transformation है. You cannot pre-intellectualize the change. You cannot, आप कितना भी पढ़ लो, मगर जो चित्त की शुद्धि होती है, जो चित्त में विकार आता है, वो विकार आने पर ही दिखता है. उसके पहले they are just words. So what is this? Who have done a lot of tapas in life, they are the ones who are now शांता नाम. विकार आ गया है उनके मन में. कैसा विकार है? शमा दमा आदि षटक संपत्ति का वेल्थ है अब उनके पास. And that शांता नाम, quietude in general terms, is also qualifying their dispassion from everything else that normally a mind engages itself in. Vita raginam. They have crossed means राग एंड द्वेष अब उनके मन में जकड़ते नहीं, उनको आते नहीं कहा. बी केयरफुल. राग एंड द्वेष उनके मन में आते नहीं है इज नॉट व्हाट द शास्त्र सेज. But rag and dvesh do not become the propulsive force for their behavior and their action. They don't act on it. Why? Because vairagyam. राग से उठ चुके. राग से उठे तो द्वेष से उठ गए. Who are these? Mumukshus. For the sake of such people, Shankaracharya says, I am this Atma Bodha Vidhiyate. I am composing this Atma Bodh. For whom? For whom? Now, if you're making notes, try and make them in technical terms, no more generalizations. For whom? Look at the verse and it must come from the verse. for mumukshu. First, it's written in the verse itself. For mumukshu. वो मुमुक्षु कैसा है? वो मुमुक्षु तपोभिः, तपस से, शांतानाम, शांत होके, वीतरागिणाम, जिसमें वैराग्य आ गया, और उस कैसे आया? क्योंकि उन कर्मों से, उपासना से उनके पाप धीरे धीरे क्षीण हो गए. ओके, फर्स्ट वर्स वेरी सिंपल. जिन्होंने अपने पापों के तप के द्वारा क्षीण किया है, पापों को तप के द्वारा क्षीण किया है, तथा जिसके मन शांत और राग आदि दोषों से रहित है, ऐसे मोक्ष के इच्छुक साधकों के लिए. कौन से इच्छुक? मोक्ष के इच्छुक. कौन है वो? साधक है. वो साधक कौन है? क्योंकि वो तप कर रहे हैं, इसलिए वो साधक है. उन साधकों के लिए आत्मबोध ग्रंथ, इट्स वन वर्ड, आत्मबोध ग्रंथ की रचना की जा रही है. आई एम कंपोजिंग आत्मबोध, this treatise of the knowledge of the self for those who have purified themselves by austerities and are peaceful in heart and calm, who are free from cravings and are desirous of liberation. Simple. First verse was Anubandha Chatushtaya. Second verse, Bodhaha Anya Sadhanebhyaha. Now, question was coming, अगर हम इतना तप कर रहे हैं, कायिका, वाचिका, मानस तप कर रहे हैं, तो should this tap itself not be qualifying for मोक्ष? क्या इसी तप से मुझे मोक्ष नहीं मिलेगा? इसके अलावा भी कुछ करना पड़ेगा. What is the relation of these तप जो मेरा पाप क्षीण कर रहा है? वो पाप क्षीण होते होते अपने आप मोक्ष की स्थिति नहीं आएगी क्या? जब पाप क्षीण हो जाएगा तो मुक्त हो गया मैं. कभी तो क्षीण होगा. So you have all these sadhus and everyone, doing so much tapasya. Why? Because उनके मन में है कि इस तप से भगवान मुझे मुक्त करेंगे. That विचार, ऐसी सोच कि हम ये तप कर रहे हैं और हमें मुक्ति मिलेगी भगवान के आशीर्वाद से, जब भी, is that not enough? This is where Atmabodh starts, Vedanta starts. Nahi. This is a huge point of clarity. He says, ये सारे साधन जो हम कर रहे हैं, all these sadhan, they are useful, but they are indirect means. ये आपको मोक्ष नहीं देंगे. बस बात खत्म. Let's stop it there. ये मोक्ष देंगे ही नहीं. अरे मोक्ष नहीं देंगे तो what am I doing? Why am I doing? आप जिस पर्पस के लिए कर रहे हो उसको, that is a different purpose. The purpose there is purification of your own acquired ragadvesh ahankar vritti. जो आप इकट्ठी, आपके चित्त में इकट्ठी है, हम सबके चित्त में क्यों इकट्ठी है, वही हमारे चेहरे के आकार को भी अलग करती है. This is a fact of life. हमारे चेहरे के आकार भी हमारे राग द्वेष अंदर हमारे विचारों से आकृत होके हमारे चेहरे बने हैं, हमारा शरीर बना है. This gross body has not come from nowhere. ये जो हमारे अंतःकरण के अंदर मल बैठा है, इस मल को शुद्ध पहले करना आवश्यक है. क्षीण करना, वर्ड इज क्षीण, देयर इज नो पैरेलल वर्ड. इसको क्षीण करना आवश्यक है. उसका काम बस उतना ही है. It is like a good example. I may not be very perfect at it because I've never seen it, but I'm presuming that's the way it is. When you take your car for a car wash, okay, and especially the automatic car washes, machine driven. Now, when you go, you are sitting in the car and you have done a walkthrough. And the minute you place it in the place where it is supposed to be parked, the first one goes off. When the first layer goes off, it's to remove the dust and everything else from all the parts. Then and there, the minute it's done its job, the second machine takes over. What is the second machine? Scrubbing, soaping. It starts to soap the car. The minute the soaping stops, it's done soaping. Uska kaam utna hi hai. It stops. Then the third machine comes, etc. And then the fourth probably to shine it and glaze it in. That's the way it is. एक का काम एक ही है. कर्मों का काम शुद्धि है. Let me expand this a little more. कर्म जो अपनी इच्छा की पूर्ति के लिए करे हैं, उसका क्या काम है? कर्म जो अपनी इच्छा की पूर्ति के लिए करे हैं, उसका क्या काम है? उसका काम है वो आपको बांधता है. They bind you to the result. Is my question clear? जो अपनी इच्छा की पूर्ति के लिए काम करते हैं, वो कर्म हमें क्या करते हैं? बांधते हैं. कैसे बांधते हैं? Obviously फल से बांधते हैं. हमारे मन में पीछे क्या चल रहा होता है? Do we ever start a work expecting it to be a failure? क्या हम करेंगे वो? Will we engage in something that we think is not going to give us what we want? बांध दिया ना कर्म ने फिर हमको कि it should give me what I want. The outcome of this action, it may not be today, but I'm ready to wait. मगर इससे मुझे वो मिलना चाहिए जो मुझे चाहिए. हम बंध गए. मगर वही कर्म जब हम अलौकिक कर्म में एंगेज करते हैं, सकाम अभी भी है, बट वी आर गोइंग, 16 व्रत रखते हैं, हम मंदिर जाते हैं, हम परिक्रमा करते हैं, हम सेम एवरेस्ट चढ़ो एज एन एक्सप्लोरर. इट्स नॉट अलौकिक कर्मा. बट यू गो टू तिरुपति, you go to Vaishno Devi. Now what is it? It's very fascinating. Somebody told me the longest hike is Pacific Coast hike or something like this in the USA. And I found it very strange because हमारी जो नर्मदा यात्रा है ना, anybody has heard of the Narmada Yatra? Narmada Yatra, it's one of the longest hikes and dangerous hike. What is Narmada Yatra? And you will have no commercialization throughout. All you have is रुक के आश्रम्स हैं after few kilometers. खुद अपने आप लोग सेवा करते हैं. Except the whole culture around it is what? परिक्रमा. आप वही एवरेस्ट चढ़ रहे हो as an explorer, as a mountaineer. कर्म का फल अलग है. आप वही कर्म कर रहे हो of hiking around Narmada. What they call it? Narmade Har. Narmade Har. Narmade Har. You go to Vaishno Devi. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. The karam has changed the phal. Same physical body is doing the same action, but uska phal badal gaya. This entire realm of karam आपको क्या दे सकता है? सकाम कर्म करोगे तो फल से बंधोगे. अलौकिक कर्म भी अगर सकाम किए, मैंने नर्मदा की परिक्रमा की, बट आई वांट भगवान टू गिव मी समथिंग, यस यू विल गेट इट, बट एंड इट देयर. बट द सेम आप कर्म करते हैं बट विदाउट एनी कामना. दैट इज व्हाई मोस्ट ऑफ आवर प्रेयर्स, whether we mean it or not, it is ingrained in the rituals and in the customs that you always say, I take the sankalp for Ishvara Prityartham. If anybody remembers, हम कोई भी अगर कर्म करते हैं तो what is the sankalp taken? The pandits tell you to take it for Ishvara Prityartham. ईश्वर की प्रीति के लिए. I'm doing it for the sake of my closeness with Ishvara. When you do the same karma, nishkam bhav, now it has become nishkam. जब ये निष्काम भाव हो गया कर्म का, अब ये आपके चित्त का मल, राग द्वेष आदि क्षीण पापा नाम, इसको अब ये क्षीण करेगा. कर्मों का बस यही फल है. And this is a big, big line of distinction. You can only enter Vedantic knowledge if this line of distinction is clear in your mind. यहाँ पे कर्म खत्म. The next machine will have to take over. ये आपको मोक्ष के द्वार तक नहीं लेके जा सकते. ये कर्म और उपासना आपको इसके आगे नहीं ले जा सकते. चित्त शुद्धि के आगे नहीं ले जा सकते. That first layer and the second layer of soaping of the machine is all the karmas. But what is the actual product that's going to come out? That now another machine will have to take up. And what is that? He says, only one thing is a direct means. Bodha. Gyan. बस ज्ञान ही एक है जो अन्य साधनों से, all the other realms of karmas, उन सबको छोड़ के एक ज्ञान ही है जो साक्षात मोक्ष का साधन है. That is the final polisher of the car. No? That is where all the work done before is also useful. सब कर्म भी जरूरी है. But the last, अगर आपने नहीं किया, you will still have a dirty car. You still don't have a final product. For that final product, you want a sakshat karan. That sakshat direct means is bodha, atma bodha. जो मैं लिखने जा रहा हूं is what the author has said. He says, how direct is it? All the other means will become indirect means. They are important. But both के बिना आपको मोक्ष न सिद्ध्यति. ज्ञानम विना मोक्षः न सिद्ध्यति. Look at the verse. Jnanam bina. Bina. Without knowledge. Which knowledge? Bodhaha. Atma bodhaha. Without Brahma Atma Aikya Jnanam Vina. Moksh. Siddh nahi hota. You can't get it. How? Why? What is the example? He says the example of karma and gyan is what is to cooking, fire and all other means. Just as for cooking, that's your final product, you have all other accessories, karmas to do. You all have other extra byproduct karmas to do. Sabzi leke aiye, khareediye, pehle to ugaiye. Somebody has to grow them. Start from there. So all that process, cutting, chopping, up to this point is all preparation. The word should be preparation. Anybody making your own notes? Karma means preparatory. They are preparatory angas. They are preparatory sadhanas. They prepare you for moksha. इसलिए they are not disqualified. आप अगर सब्जी लाओगे ही नहीं, काटोगे ही नहीं, तो बनाओगे क्या? Therefore, you have to do all of them. But सब काट कूट के सब कुछ तैयार है, but you don't have fire. तो भी नहीं बनेगी. So the direct means, final means. When it says direct means what? It's your final means. That final means, इसके बाद you don't need any other means. That's called final means. Once you have switched on ignited your fuel, after that you will not need any more means. Just stir it in between a little. Your food will be ready. What are the two things you learn from there? Direct means what? Direct means you will not need anything else after this. It's the last sadhana. इसके बाद अब आपको कुछ भी और नहीं करना. It is directly going to bring you there. Nothing else needed. Therefore, जिस प्रकार अग्नि भोजन पकाने के लिए प्रत्यक्ष साधन है, उसी प्रकार मोक्ष के लिए प्रत्यक्ष साधन ज्ञान मात्र है। बिना ज्ञान के मोक्ष कभी भी संभव नहीं होता। Just as fire is a direct cause of cooking, so without knowledge, no emancipation can be had. Compared with all other forms of discipline, knowledge of the self is the one direct means for liberation. So far, okay? 2 verses. We won't need revision more. No. Okay. Now the third verse. Avirodhitaya karma na avidyam vinivartayet. Why is it that karma will not take us? He says, so second and third are similar. He says, because karmas do not oppose the cause of karma. आप कर्म की प्रवृत्ति करते क्यों हैं? क्योंकि हमको आनंद चाहिए, हमें प्राप्ति चाहिए, हमें पूर्णता चाहिए, हमें सुख चाहिए। What does that imply? कि वो मेरे पास अभी नहीं है। Am I correct so far? Are you with us? Are we together? हम कर्म क्यों करते हैं? सुबह से शाम, we are all engaged in something or the other. This is the only 1 hour or 1.5 hours that we take out, as rare as whatever it is. इसमें हम कुछ नहीं कर रहे। We are not doing any karma. बाकी throughout the day we are doing some karma. What are we doing karma with? That अपेक्षा, या फल की या चित्त शुद्धि की। मगर कुछ है अंदर जो हमें चाहिए, directly implying that we do not have it now. That we do not have it now is avidya. वो लक्षण ही है। This karma does not oppose vidya, avidya. कर्मा अविद्या का ऑपोजिट नहीं है, और इसलिए वो उसको हटा नहीं सकता। I gave the example, if I'm writing something on the board and if I use another pen to erase it, will my objective be fulfilled? Why? Because the purpose of pen is to write. My objective is to erase, but what the instrument I'm using is again something that will write. So I will only get more chaos. I'll get more khichdi. Now, if I want to erase what I have written, अगर मैंने कोई कर्म किया है जिसका कोई फल आना है और उस फल को मुझे नेगेट करना है, तो मैं कर्म से फिर से कैसे करूं? Do you see the illogicality of it? That opposite of it will only be जिसने मुझसे कर्म करवाया. Why did I engage in karma? Because I felt अपरिपूर्ण. और ये तो बहुत आगे we go into a lot of details, but at this point, that sense of अपरिपूर्णता, that I'm not complete, I'm not fulfilled, यही अविद्या है। एंड इस अविद्या को सिर्फ विद्या ही उसको हटा सकती है। That eraser for what I write can only be knowledge. How? Just as for darkness, light is the only means. That's the only opposite. Then what? He says, this agyan that we are now expressing as जीवत्व, ये अज्ञान का लक्षण हमने इस शरीर के साथ, उपाधि के साथ जुड़ के अपने आप को परिच्छिन्न समझा है, लिमिटेड। How limited am I? In a very commonsensical way. I can only do what my hands can do. I can only go where my legs can take me. I can only talk whatever in the range my voice can open. I can only hear in the frequency that my ears can hear. Means my entire description and knowledge of myself is limited to the faculties that I find myself with. So as we keep growing older, a lot of us remember, I at least remember, I said the day I will need reading glasses, I will tell myself time for packing up. Countdown has started. तब तक countdown तो बहुत पहले शुरू हो जाता है, बट तब तक पता नहीं चलता. बट द डे यू सी दैट ओ आई विल नीड रीडिंग ग्लासेस पढ़ने के लिए, फिर पता है कि अब ये पैकअप शुरू होंगे धीरे धीरे. भगवान गिव्स इनफ टाइम टू ऑल ऑफ अस, बट पहले तो टाइम दे दिया, उस बता दे, इंडिकेशन तो वहीं से आ गया. दैट इज द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट गोस. अब तो सब जाने वाली बातें हैं, अब कुछ मिलने वाली नहीं होने वाली. फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ अस, द यंग पीपल, प्लीज होल्ड ऑन. We are talking about those who have crossed and have started having this. Parichinna eva. This example is to explain what is parichinnata. I could see before those glasses. I had a different level of confidence. Why do old people lose confidence in life? Most of them, not all. Why do they become so highly dependent on others? Not all, most of them. Because शरीर से जुड़ के, उपाधि से जुड़ के, जैसे जैसे शरीर हमारा क्षीण होता है, हम अपने आप को भी क्षीण समझने लगते हैं. As a result of which, parichinna iva, it becomes limited. How limited? He says, just as that limitless space, which is absolutely unbound, limitless, that limitless space feels confined within a pot and is called pot space. It's a traditional example and worthy of a lot of reflection. That pot space, जो आकाश पॉट के अंदर है, पॉट में सीमित लग रहा है, वो एक्चुअली में कभी सीमित था ही नहीं. What really happened? उस आकाश में एक पॉट बन गया. Was a pot space created? Am I connecting? Was pot space really created? No. What was there? Space. We didn't create it. हमेशा था. हमने क्या किया? हमने एक पॉट स्पेस में पॉट बना दिया. अब उस स्पेस में जो हमने पॉट बनाया, that became परिचिन्न इव. That's the verse. परिचिन्न जैसा लगने लगा अब वो स्पेस पॉट के अंदर, लिमिटेड बाय द पॉट. सो व्हाट हैपेंस? हमें लगता है तत्नाशे, व्हेन यू ब्रेक द पॉट, देन व्हाट विल रिमेन? दैट केवलः. केवल itself is there. It was there before, it is there while, it will be there later when the pot is broken. Swayam prakashate hi atma. That kevala is Swayam prakasha. It is not dependent on anyone. It is not dependent on another source of knowledge or another source of existence or something else. It is not dependent upon to reveal its own self. How? How is it Swayam prakasha? Megha apaye amshuman eva. Those sun rays are everywhere, but clouded day, you don't experience the sun. But when the cloud is dispelled, then you have the sun rays falling on you all over again. You experience the sun again. So in the previous verse, what did he say? He says, Vidya hi avidya ka नाश कर सकती है. संबंध क्या है नेक्स्ट वर्स के साथ? कि ये जो अविद्या का लक्षण है वो परिचिन्न इव लगता है, मगर विद्या से क्या होता है? विद्या से ये परिचिन्नता नाश हो जाती है और क्या रह जाता है? विद्या. विद्या इज केवलः. केवलः इज आत्मा. दैट आत्मा विच इज केवलः, वो स्वयं प्रकाश है, अपने आप को रिवील करती है. हाउ डू यू नो दैट? आवर बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल ऑलवेज इज, मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है, बिकॉज एज अ फर्स्ट थिंग आई डू इन द मॉर्निंग, आई एंजॉय दैट फर्स्ट मोमेंट इन द मॉर्निंग. व्हाई? बिकॉज जब आप सुबह सुबह उठते हो, मुझे बहुत ही आनंद आता है इस बात को सोचने में। 1 सेकंड बिफोर मैं दूसरे अवस्था में थी, मुझे इस जगत का कोई ज्ञान नहीं था, कुछ भी। आई हैड नो केयर, नो बॉदर, नो वरी, नो नथिंग, नो, आई डिडंट हैव टू गो एनीवेयर, आई डिडंट हैव टू कम बैक फ्रॉम एनीवन, I had nothing to do. One moment before my eyes opened up, the minute my eyes opened up, I have changed an अवस्था। अवस्था का अनुभव बदल गया है मेरा। And when this अवस्था changed itself, I did not need anybody else to tell me कि I am awake। जब हम छोटे थे और हम प्रिटेंड करते थे सोने के, रिमेम्बर, माई मदर वॉज अ हार्ड मास्टर। तो उन्होंने क्या करती थी, वो समझ जाती थी उठ तो चुके हैं, उठना नहीं है। सो वो शी वुड लेट यू प्ले फॉर अ लिटिल वाइल, कि ठीक है सोने दो, इनको भी सोना है। बट इतना शोर मचाती थी किचन में, इधर उधर, जहां जाती थी इट वुड बी लाउड। And the longer you took to get out of bed, because her principle of life used to be, the minute you get out of bed, minute you're woken up, within few seconds your feet should be on the ground and you should be out of the bed। ये जो आजकल के हमारे सिस्टम है ना, आराम से लिंगर करेंगे, स्ट्रेच करेंगे, ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे। हर फिलॉसफी सिंपल ऑफ लाइफ यूज टू बी, पहले तो बिस्तरे से निकलो, उतरो, धरती पे पैर रखो, धरती पे पैर रखो, अब करो जो करना है। So in those few moments, the minute you are asleep to pretending to be asleep, I also know that I am not asleep। दूसरा भी जानता है कि ये जागा हुआ है। Do you see what I'm trying to say? सोते हुए को नहीं पता कि कौन जागा है, कौन सोया है, मगर जागे हुए को पता है कौन सोया है और कौन जागा है। स्वयं प्रकाशते ही आत्मा। Those who have आत्मबोध, वो खुद जानते हैं कि उनको मालूम है कि मुझे मालूम है, और वो ये भी जानते हैं किसको मालूम है और किसको मालूम नहीं है, कौन सो रहा है और कौन प्रिटेंड कर रहा है कि मैं सो रहा हूं, या कौन प्रिटेंड कर रहा है कि मैं जाग गया हूं। स्वयं प्रकाशते। इज एग्जाम्पल क्लियर? ये आत्मा। Just check if anybody else. All clear? Everybody? Yeah. Okay. So then the last verse which we completed, and I will just quickly revise. Ajnana kalusham jivam. Who is this jo parichinna iva? This parichinna iva is explained. Ye ajnana kalusha. It's the dirt of ajnanam, accumulated अंतकरणम अशुद्ध, वही जीव है। इसका क्या होता है कलुष का, अज्ञान के कलुष की साधना क्या है? He says ज्ञान अभ्यास। इसकी साधना इस ज्ञान का अभ्यास। कौन सा अभ्यास? ना, नॉट द अभ्यास ऑफ 16 व्रत या परिक्रमा या उपवास या जपा और माला, ये सब नहीं है इसका अभ्यास। अभ्यास क्या है? अज्ञान के कलुष के जीवत्वम का अभ्यास है, ज्ञान का अभ्यास। उसी से what will happen? निर्मलम, विनीम निर्मलम। This kalusham will become nirmal। कृत्वा ज्ञानम। Once this jnanam abhyas has been done, and what is jnana abhyas? I said it in the previous class also. It doesn't mean again another japa of aham brahmasmi, aham brahmasmi, aham brahmasmi. It's not in that form. ज्ञान का अभ्यास means constant श्रवणम, मननम, निधिध्यासनम। ये ही 3 साधन है ज्ञान योग के। There is no other sadhana। I don't know how well you appreciate this. It took me many years to understand this simple statement. And even now, every time it comes to me, I enjoy, there is a new layer that I understand। Just the word श्रवण, मनन, निधिध्यासन, वेदांत की सिर्फ यही साधना है। It has so many layers of unfoldment in it। और कुछ मुमुक्षु को करने की जरूरत नहीं है. They are freed of all other karmas and responsibilities. You have no more seva to do in the world. You have no more karmas to do in the world. No duty binds you, even to your own self. That only duty is constant reflection. Atma, Anatma, Vichar. And what is Atma, Anatma, Vichar? अपने ही विचारों को देखना. Our own thoughts. What are they? What is the content of what is Anatma and what is Atma? If I say, I am talking में, what is Atma? Just for technical terms. Not that it's as simple as that, but just for what is Atma and what is Anatma. I am talking. I am listening. I am eating. I am thinking. I am going. I am walking. I am coming. I am growing. I like this. I dislike this. I want this. I don't want this. I just hate you. I won't use the opposite. What is all this? इसमें अनात्मा पोर्शन क्या है?
All the verbs.
All the verbs.
Action. Action.
बिल्कुल. Yes. What did you say, Mukta?
कर्तृत्व भाव.
कर्तृत्व भाव.
All of it which has to be negated.
All of this has to be negated. What is the Atma part?
I
I
am.
am.
And how much are we reflecting on that? ये जो मिश्रण है ना हमारे विचार में, what we have to recognize is ये मिश्रण है. That is our reality. It's a mix-up of Atma and Anatma that we experience. Kevala Atma is what the verse said. When Agyan is gone, means all these adjectives, adverbs, all Kriya Sambandhi, sare ke sare superimposed on I am. All of this in your buddhi is negated as not me, not the real, not source, upadhi. Upadhi kab tak hai? How long is the upadhi to last? And we all know this so well. What is Atma Vichar? How much life is left for Atma Vichar? Kshanik. That little abhyas every day. Nitya. Just as food is a nitya practice, bathing is a nitya practice, all these are nitya. हम भगवान को जब पूजा करते हैं, वो भी जो करते हैं वो नित्य करते हैं. कोशिश तो करते हैं. These are even physical body when we are trying to keep it fit. Walking हम नित्य करते हैं, योगा हम नित्य करते हैं. ये सब हम नित्य करते हैं. अगर हम नित्य नहीं करते, those who know the value of these disciplines, ask them. अगर वो ये नित्य नहीं करेंगे, how long will the effect last? Just that momentum will be there for some time, and very soon it will be undone. Jnana Abhyas. This good or the bad part, or the good luck or the bad luck, who knows, wala part of Vedantic knowledge is that so much information is transferred into the society, but the practice of Jnana Abhyas and the discipline required for Jnana Abhyas is somehow not sustained. ये communicate नहीं हुआ, या परंपरा बनी नहीं, या श्रद्धा टूटी, या कुछ तो होता है कि ये अभ्यास का परंपरा एक एग्जाम्पल बन के हमारे सामने दिखती नहीं है. That it should be easy for us to follow. So what is it? At an individual level. What is Jnana Abhyas? Jnana Abhyas is कांस्टेंट चर्निंग, मथना, अपने ही विचारों को मथो, being honest to yourself and मथो उसको, let the butter come out and the buttermilk come out. That is the work of a mumukshu jnani. So he says, once this ज्ञान का अभ्यास has been done, ये जो वृत्ति वेदांत ने हमको दी, that I am Brahman, these is पंचीकरणम, पंच महाभूत, इसी से बना हुआ है ये, इसमें मैं हूं ही नहीं. How can I be in fire and in water and in earth, in space, in air? ये 5 भूतों से बना शरीर में मैं कैसे हो सकता है? Is it logically even presentable to a thinking person? पंचभूत और मैं कैसे एक हो सकते हैं? At the level of जीव बुद्धि. और ये तो हम देखते हैं ना. We have all the entire Vedic Shastra. We don't have much time. I'll stop here. But the entire Vedic Shastra, we are fortunate if we have an exposure to this. Because ये पूरा Vedic Shastra, trust me, is, आप कोई बात मेरी सुने ना सुने कोई बात नहीं, मगर ये एक बात गांठ बांध लें. The entire Vedic Shastra is just an unfoldment of human experience as is. एक होता ना, एक चित्र देखना on a movie screen, when you see a movie, and that movie is your experience, but you don't know the language in which this experience is happening. The movie is in another language and you don't know that language. तो आप लेकिन मूवी में बैठ गए हो, आपको पता ही, आप जब उठे तो मूवी चल रही थी, तो यू आर ऑलरेडी देयर इन द मूवी. अब अंधेरा है, आप ढूंढ रहे हो रास्ता, मूवी से निकलूं कैसे? वेयर इज एग्जिट? दे डोंट हैव दैट रेड एग्जिट रिटन ऑन दिस. ये एक रास्ता है, और अगर है तो दिख नहीं रहा हमको, तो और अंधेरे में हम लगे हुए हैं इधर से उधर, ट्राइंग टू फाइंड अ वे आउट ऑफ दिस मूवी थिएटर. बट द मूवी इज ऑन. देयर इज ओनली इन द एंटायर जगत, सृष्टि के साथ कुछ उत्पन्न हुआ है तो वेद उत्पन्न हुए हैं. सृष्टि बिना वेद के हुई ही नहीं है. यू कैनॉट सेपरेट द टू. और वेद किसको लेके है? ये जो हम जीवन जी रहे हैं ना, इट्स अ मूवी इन एन अननोन लैंग्वेज टू अस. हमारा जन्म से मृत्यु तक हमें पता ही नहीं हम क्या करते हैं, हम कैसे बड़े होते हैं, हम क्यों करते हैं जो करते हैं, हम कहाँ पैदा हुए, हमने, हमारे माँ बाप, भाई बहन, हमारे रिश्ते कैसे बनते, सुख दुख जो हमें चाहिए वो कहाँ. नथिंग. ब्लाइंड लीड्स द ब्लाइंड. सब कोशिश हाथ पैर मार रहे हैं, और सब कुछ कुछ थोड़ी थोड़ी देर में क्लेम करते हैं, ओ आई गॉट इट, आई गॉट इट, आई गॉट इट, एंड थोड़ी देर के बाद दे स्टार्ट लुकिंग, ओ आई लॉस्ट इट, ओ आई लॉस्ट इट, ओ आई लॉस्ट इट, हु एल्स हैज गॉट इट, हु एल्स हैज गॉट इट. तुम्हें मिला, अच्छा वो प्रोग्राम करके मिल गया, अच्छा वो वाला कोर्स करके मिल गया, अच्छा वो पढ़ के मिल गया, अच्छा ये मिल गया. आपने हाथ में मुट्ठी में क्या भरने की कोशिश की थी?
रेत. रेत.
रेत. सब निकल गई, सारा जीवन ऐसे निकल गया. What is Vedanta really bringing to us? I'm telling you, कुछ भी आप ले ना लें, इतनी निष्ठा तो हमें बनानी है, स्पेशली दोज हु आर न्यू. इतनी निष्ठा तो बनानी है, वेदों को समझने का प्रयास खत्म करना ही नहीं है. What Vedas and Vedanta, and Vedanta तो बहुत छोटा पार्ट है वेदों का. There are only about 4,000 verses out of 36,000 plus, or I've forgotten the exact number. Karm Kand is a lakh. It has to be lakh. It can't be 1,000. Karm Kand is the biggest part. Longest, huge part. उसमें से फिर वेदांत is a small part. जो इस ह्यूमन लाइफ को तपस्या से जीता है, I'll end at this. जो अपने ह्यूमन जीवन को तपस्या से जीता है, वो वेदांत का जब अधिकारी बन जाता है, उसको वैराग्य आता है. I was told of one sadhu, very young he was, and in this context of Narmade हर, है ना, वो उस उधर ही रहते हैं, मतलब नर्मदा के तट पे रहते हैं, अज्ञान है, कोई जानता नहीं उनके बारे में. Terrible knees. How I got to know is only through medical terms. Bad knees, wobbly, overweight, eyes popping out, kind of a sadhu he is. And his story is that he was serving his parents for 22 years plus. His father had paralysis, lower leg, both of them. And he has 3 or 4 elder brothers, but they were all married. So this boy decided, I can't marry because my parents kaun dekhega. So for 20 to 25 years, whatever it was, he served them. He would do his job and, etc., etc. And then when they passed away, he says, "Aisa vairagya aa gaya." They had acres of land and a lot of material wealth acquired in that process. He said, "I just gave it all away to the elder siblings." And he took on ochre and apna aram se, whatever, can't walk, but I tell you, चेहरे पे शांति जिसके थी, हम लोग 2 कदम चलते हैं, उई, in the comfort of our homes. उई, नहीं हो रहा. Can I not get extra help? It is amazing to see. जब आपका मन ऊपर जुड़ता है ना, तो ये सब छूटता है, और ये वैसे भी छूटेगा. ऊपर मन को जुड़ा के रखने की जो साधना है, जो तपस्या है, he says, यहाँ पे वेद हमें कहते हैं, वेदांत की जो साधना है, जब वो जीवन में आती है, तब जाके जीवन में दिखता है, बहुत क्लियरली दिख जाता है कि दिस अनात्मा realm is an endless samsara. सरति means चलता रहता है. It's a wheel. अब आप क्या इसको, तब एक मूवी के बाद 3 hours are finished, you are still sitting in the hall waiting for the same movie to start again, projecting again, same title से शुरू होगी, same, क्योंकि आप हॉल से निकल ही नहीं रहे, और मूवी तो एक ही चलेगी यहाँ से, show after show, show after show, ज्ञान अभ्यासात, whatever in our capacity, कुछ भी समझ में आए, इतना भी समझ में आए, बस वही, that is your ज्ञान अभ्यास. He says, once that ज्ञान अभ्यास has done its work, ये जो सारे श्रवण किए हुए statement, everything will dissolve itself. How? Like in jal, kataka renuvat. That kataka nut powder, when put in an impure body of water, purifies the water and destroys its own self. Settles down. बिल्कुल वैसे ही अज्ञान का कलुष को हटा देता है ये ज्ञान का अभ्यास, और निर्मल कर देता है अपने चित्त को, और वो निर्मल केवल आत्मा का दर्शन देता है, बनता है. और जब वो हो जाता है, तब ज्ञान स्वयं नश्येत, ये ज्ञान वृत्ति अपने आप को नाश कर देती है. It also doesn't stay as a separate body of knowledge. Then he will talk now from the next verse, next topic, Samsara Swapna Tulyaha. This will take up in the next class. Yeah. We'll end here. Why my hand is up. Sarvesham swastirbhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaः, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam, Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaः, गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः